So today we are reading from Vilapa Kusumanjali, verse 57.
Voice is clear? Good.
O Devi, Goddess, when will you, while you are eating, affectionately give me, whose heart is dedicated to you, the nectarian remnants from your lotus-like mouth? O Devi, Goddess, when will you, while you are eating, affectionately give me, whose heart is dedicated to you, the nectarian remnants from your lotus-like mouth? So this is another very wonderful prayer of Kusumanjali to Srimati Radharani. She is asking her when she will affectionately giving to her whose heart is already hers, the nectarian remnants of her lotus-like mouth. Here she is praying for the mercy of Srimati Radharani in the form of her remnants. And all these verses are wonderful, heartfelt prayers of Kusumanjali to her beloved Swamini. And she says also that her heart is dedicated to her. It's such a wonderful way to address our Swamini in such a loving attitude and begging for her mercy here in the form of her remnants from her lotus-like mouth. She gives really the feeling of the relationship that she has with Srimati Radhika. Explanations. Sri Raghunath Goswami falls on the bank of Sri Radhakunda and laments pitifully, "Ah, Swamini, I'm passing my time in great pain because the lamp of hope is still burning. If you are not merciful, then what's the use of my living in Vraja? What's the use of my maintaining my life that is only burning with separation? What's the use even of attaining Krishna to me? Actually, without Srimati Radharani's mercy, Krishna can never be attained. Vina Radha Prasadena Krishna Praptir Najayate.
Beautiful.
Yeah, very beautiful. Here Sri Raghunathas Goswami, as always, gives us the perfect example how the practicing devotee is feeling so much separation and so much pain, especially when the vision disappears. He immediately starts to pray for a new service, for a new vision, because he wants to be only with her Swamini. She wants to be with her Swamini in his eternal Siddha Swarup, in his constitutional position as a Manjari. And he's giving us the example how to do bhajan, how to approach very humbly, with a very humble state of mind. We should chant our japa, we should serve the devotees, we should serve the lotus feet of Sri Guru, that he may guide us towards the goal, if we desire so. So here also Raghunath Das Goswami is like planting or watering the desire to get this prema, this love, that we are also starting to cultivating our own spiritual body, that we can be there too, so that the divine couple, Srimati Radharani, is relishing all the variety, the different varieties of angles, of emotions and feelings from all the innumerable manjaris, seva.
We also feel pain, right?
Yeah.
If we are hungry or thirsty. But this is the material body. So we don't feel so much pain when we are separated from our spiritual seva. But we feel pain of the material body because we are in the material body. So we have a small idea of pain in the body. But as long as we are in the material body, we cannot feel pain of separation. But at that moment we enter in our spiritual body and we are separated from the service, this pain will arise.
Yeah.
This body is different, the senses are different, the spiritual body is different. It belongs to the service. There is no meaning of sense gratification in the case of a material body.
Very nice explanation, because this is the essential point. First, we have to come out of our bodily identification and understand and realize that we are an eternal living entity, an eternal soul. And to be eternal, it means there is no beginning and no end. So we have nothing to do with this artificial covering of the soul. And we are so much identifying with everything what is related to the body that is very difficult to come out of this bodily identification. And this is only possible by the mercy of the Vaishnavas, by the mercy of Gurudev, and by the mercy of Srimati Radhika. This is a path of mercy. So it should be our real heartfelt desire to be there and to come out of this false identification with all the material circumstances, the body, family, land, country, car, house, bank account, everything, what is the body.
Radhe Radhe, this is a very, very deep point what Baba is making here. Baba is saying, without the mercy of Radha, you cannot even attain Sri Krishna. So this is a very, very deep point. That means actually that nothing is to be attained without the mercy of Radharani. And what does that mean? For us sadhakas, it means that we should always desire the mercy of our Sri Guru, because he is the one who gets the mercy from Sri Radhika's lotus feet on his head, and then from his lotus feet we get the mercy. So Baba is making this very, very deep point. Without Swamini's mercy, nothing is possible. And there is another very nice point within that statement. Radhika is Ladini Shakti, and Bhakti without Ladini Shakti is non-existent. So if you have Samvit and Ladini Shakti, that makes up Bhakti. So without the pleasure-giving potency, without Swamini's love and without Swamini's mercy, we cannot even practice Bhakti. So this is actually one sentence and so deep, such a deep meaning. And of course, it also hints at Mahaprabhu's appearance, because without his grace, Radhika's mercy can also not be felt. But for me, this this always is directing me to the lotus feet of Guru, because he is the pipeline through which Radhika's kripa is streaming into our heart.
Jai Ho, Radhe, this is the point. It is really dependent fully on that. And we can get that only if we can, or if we are able to surrender. And to do so, we have to be humble enough to come down from our egocentric platform at least a few hours a day and try to take shelter on the lotus feet of Sri Guru and get the mercy in that way. So thank you, Tarun Baba. Very nice. So we should always be conscious of the position that we are in, and I think then it would be more easy to get the point here, or to understand the meaning, the deep meaning here, as we were discussing also in the past few days. It is also mentioned here in the Vilapa Kusumanjali that we should study this book regularly in the company of saints, and together sharing and discussing and go deep. Then we can go deep in the subject. And we need Rasik Vaishnav association so that they can bring us there. Without that, it is not possible. If we read this by our own, it is not the same, or it will be not the same. We can feel this, even if we make Zoom Sangha. What to speak if we have direct association with Rasik Vaishnavas, how deep we can go, how deep this Vilapa Kusumanjali, this world is revealing to us within our heart. This is all by the mercy of the Vaishnavas and, of course, the mercy of Srimati Radhika. Because she wants us there. She wants every one of us. It is also stated that every soul is eligible for Radha Dasyam. And we are so fortunate that we took birth in this particular Kali Yuga where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared and gave us this golden opportunity. Some of us, we are take advantage of it, and some of us are not. But every soul should be respected in that way, because every soul is eternal and has the same capacity.
My dear Pramvalava, if I can share also something before you continue this nice commentary. In the beginning, you very nicely explained actually the mood of the verse. And when we are reading the verse, we should try to feel the mood. In which bhav Raghunath was talking each word in this verse. And Baba in his commentary immediately is answering, actually, with the lamp of hope. So, this short explanation of Baba very expertly is describing all feelings, all state of consciousness, mind, senses of Raghunath. Because he is always in the mood of hankering and thirsting to serve. And in one sense, he feels unqualified. But in another sense, he has a great hope. And this is his torchlight. But we should understand which kind of hope is it. It's not religious hope. It is hope which is coming from Swarup. It's not coming from our desires to attain something by asking a god or Ishtadev. This hope is natural and it's coming from Swarup, and this hope is the sign of great humility and eagerness. And at the same time, this hope is not demanding. You have to give me. No, this hope is actually result of the purity of the heart, which is coming from already awakened and realized Swarup. So when we are coming in the touch with the words of Raghunath and also Baba, we should try to drink their words, because all qualities like hope, humility, eagerness, simplicity, purity is already present in their words. And the more we are listening and accepting it with open heart and ready mind to accept it, the more all these qualities from their hearts will be infused in our hearts. Then hope from Swarup Vesh will start to burst out from the heart of Sadhaka.
Yeah.
Radhe. I'm sorry, I just wanted to say about this hope.
Very nice. Yes, we are drinking this with our ears, and then it goes to our heart. As you said, all these qualities, good things, will manifest by speaking about it, and all the devotees are drinking with the ears, and then it goes straight to the heart. Nectar flow. So here comes a song from Srila Narottam Das Thakur, he sings, anyone who decorates one's body with Radhika's foot dust easily gets Giridhari. I praise any great soul who takes shelter of Radhika's lotus feet. And where we can get this foot dust? The foot dust of Radhika is all over Vrindavan. So we have to get the foot dust of Srimati Radhika all over our bodies. So then maybe one day something will happen. And Narottam Das Thakur says also, I praise any great soul who takes shelter of Radha's lotus feet. So everyone who is practicing this Raganuga Bhajan is has to be respected. Every soul has to be respected, especially those Rasik devotees. We can get the mercy from them. And then Radharani, she will be very pleased, very much pleased with us, seeing that we have such a favorable attitude towards the other devotees. Actually, we are here to help each other. What is the meaning to be the servant of the servant of the servant? It means that we are helping each other on the way. Otherwise, what is the use of our so-called spiritual advancement if we are not using it to help each other? This is not only for me and myself. We can only grow if we help each other like brothers and sisters. We are all God brothers and God sisters. So what brothers and sisters do? They help each other. They care to each other. They try to make each other happy. And then, of course, Gurudev will be happy to see that we are care for each other. And Srimati Radhika, she will also be happy. Is this the way, Gurudev?
Right?
Help each other grow.
Yes, very nicely Gauranga Sundar explained how much deep we go in, we realize how much we fixed ourselves in our sarup. We see that. See?
Then the song continues. Glory, glory to the holy name of Radha that resides in Vrindavan. And that is the jewel of Krishna's pastimes. Fate has deprived me by not letting me by not letting me hear the glorification of Radha. Anyone who associates with Radha's devotees and speaks about her rasa, her pastimes, and her love will attain Ghanashyam, Krishna. But anyone who is against this will never attain perfection. Let us not even hear these people's names.
Very intense, no?
Anyone who associates with Radha's devotees and speaks about her rasa, her pastimes, and her love will attain Ghanashyam, Krishna. But anyone who is against this will never attain perfection. Let us not even hear these people's names. So, this tells us the importance of having the right association, namely, we associate with those who have a similar or the same mood as we have, so that no one is causing a disturbance to each other. And those who have a completely different mood, here it is like a little bit, or it makes the point clear that we should not even mention those people's names. So we should not speak about these intimate topics with people who will get into an argument or who are in a complete different mood, and we know that already. We should not try to force this to anyone, because this is like an open secret, so to speak. It's accessible to everyone, but it should be shared with like-minded devotees. Oh brother, when you sing Krishna's name, you will get Radhika's lotus feet. And when you sing Radha's name, you will get Krishna Chandra. Gurudev, can you explain this? What is the difference here? I cannot understand it.
Read again.
Oh brother, when you sing Krishna's name, you will get Radhika's lotus feet. And when you sing Radha's name, you will get Krishna Chandra.
You see, simple. In Vrindavan, Why they say Radhe Radhe? And in outside Western world, they say Hare Krishna. Why they say Hare Krishna? Because they know about the God, but they have an emptiness in love, divine love. So they are praying to the God, Krishna, give me some drop of the love. And Vrindavan you come, they say Radhe Radhe. Because they are full of love here. And they want to give this love to Krishna. This is Vrindavan. They are not interested in other way to be. So when you say Radhe Radhe, means you want Krishna, and when you say Radhe Radhe, you will get the Krishna, and when you say Hare Krishna, you will get the Radhe Radhe. Radhe. Right?
Right, okay. Yes. Thank you. I told you this shortly, so now extinguish the pain in your mind. All other topics are simply miserable. So, as a Manjari, or here, he is stressing to be one-pointed, and we should regard all other topics than this topic to be miserable, so that we are not deviating anymore from our path, and we try to fix our problem and be clear in what we are doing.
Also, it gives a very, very beautiful impetus when we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, that we we chant this mantra. This is consisting, like Gurudev said, of both names, but also Krishna's name is there. So we are chanting, like now Baba will explain in the next paragraph. So as a Manjari Bhav Sadhaka, we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra as in the mood of becoming a Kinkari. So that what here Narottam is saying, Krishna, you will get Radhika's lotus feet. That is the aspiration of the Sadhaka when he chants the Maha Mantra, that we will become a Kinkari, that we will become a shadow, and we will become a shelter. We will take shelter at the lotus feet of Swamini. Many people say, why are you chanting always the Hare Krishna mantra, but you all are manjaris? But they don't understand that this is actually the mood that we pray for. Oh, slowly, yeah, sorry. So that we pray that we will become a Kinkari. This is what Mahaprabhu now, he will say later on with the Nikunja Mandira in the next paragraph. Radhe Radhe.
Jai. Sriman Mahaprabhu instructs us in chanting the dual Radha Krishna name, which consists of 32 syllables, 16 words, and 8 joints. This mantra is called Bhavanatmaka Nam, which means that one calls out to the Lord with it. It is not just for silent meditation like most other mantras, or Tarak Brahma Nam, the transcendental Savior name. The best way to enter into the Nikunja Mandir and to serve Sri Radhika there is so is to congregationally chant this Hare Krishna Sambodhanat Maka Nam, a mantra simply consisting of addresses. This is the process given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the congregational chanting of the holy name. Means Sankirtan, Sangha Kirtan, together, many people together, and with the right meditation of the goal to be a manjari, a personal maidservant of Srimati Radhika, and to make a pleasant offering to Sri Sri Radha Mohan by all coming together and loudly chanting. He says is not only the silent chanting, the loud chanting is the most powerful because all our senses will be engaged. And the leader is helping the congregation, and the congregation is helping the leader in that way to make it pleasing to their lordships, so that we will get their mercy.
So it is very, very important also here, like Baba is saying, the best way to enter into the Nikunja Mandira. So no, not everyone desires that, but here we see that the best way to enter into the Nikunja Mandira, it means that we, like you said nicely, we have to have the mood, we have to have the aspiration, and we have to have this longing and the greed to be there. So the Mahamantra can bring you to any destination, but it is very important that your mood is the most important thing. What is your, like a magnet, what are you attractive to? So we should, when we chant this Mahamantra, we should always, like Srila Gurudev said, we should always do that with the consciousness of our Sthai Bhav, and then no other destination will be reached. So this is so important that we always chant the Mahamantra as much as possible with the consciousness that I am praying to become a servant of Swamini. And when you see Mahaprabhu, why they have been chanting whole night after night after night in Srivasangam garden, they were not only chanting the holy name outwardly. You may see, oh, they are so much in ecstasy, jumping up and dancing and singing, but internally we can hear that they use this as a jumping board to be in their Vrindavan mood, to be and to see Vrindavan, even if they have been in Navadvip in the garden of Srivas Thakur. They have the consciousness of all of them were always like, meditating on Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan, and therefore Mahaprabhu said day and night we should try, when we are in contact with sadhana bhakti, especially Manjari Bhav sadhana bhakti, that we should be in this mood always to associate and to make relation to this to Kinkari Bhav. So when I always heard this, I was thinking, wow, why are they singing every night Hare Krishna when I was a younger devotee? But now, by the grace of my Gurudev, by the grace of Sadhu Maharaj and Narayan Maharaj and Prabhupada, we know that they have been so much absorbed. Every one of them has an identity in Vrindavan. Every associate of Mahaprabhu has a manjari form, so they are all absorbed in their bhav. So when we sit together, when Suniti is making bhajan, when Gauranga Sundar is making bhajan, when Govinda Prema is making bhajan, when everyone is making bhajan, we should close our eyes and leave our country and try to be in this mood that we are actually focusing what Baba is saying here so nicely. Nikunja Mandira. Nikunja means the small, Laube in German, small little huts made of plants in the forest, and Mandira means temple. So Baba is clearly here saying Nikunja Yuno Radikeli Sitya Yayali Pia Yuktira Pekshaniya Tatraditaksharadi Balabasya Vande Guru Si Charanaravindam. So here again, Guru Tattva shining through that by the leading force of our Gurudev, we can attain this Nikunja Mandira because he is there. Nikunja Yuno Radikali Sitya. He has this perfected Radhi in his heart. And like a father, like a mother, he takes us by our hands and he leads us there. And how? He gives us the Maha Mantra, and how else? He gives us the Diksha Mantra. So you need both. You need this Maha Mantra, and then you need the Diksha Mantra. Narayan Maharaj also gave a nice example. I think Suniti can correct me. He said the Maha Mantra is the rice and the Diksha Mantra is the boiling, the process to make it boil, something like that. You need both to make a perfect result. So both are working together. The Diksha Mantras to stabilize and to fix our Sthayi, and then to chant. Therefore you chant before you chant the Maha Mantra, you chant the Diksha Mantras to be absorbed in that identity, this Guru-given identity via the Diksha Mantras. You have your Guru-given identity, and then you can very nicely do what now Baba is saying. The best way to enter into the Nikunja Mandira is with that identification by Gopal Mantra, Kam Gayatri, Radhika Mantra. All these mantras, they help you to enter into the Maha Mantra, and with this go into the Nikunja Mandira. So this is a very, very, Baba so expertly and wonderfully stirring us always in the direction to take this shelter. Jai Radhe.
Radhe.
Jai Shri Radhe. Thank you, Tarun Baba, for reminding me of this beautiful example of cooking the rice. I forgot it. But I was just thinking, yes, it is important with what feelings we want to enter into chanting, into reciting any mantra, actually, any scripture. And that's what we are learning by the grace of Sri Guru. Because we have in our lives many gurus. Some are guiding us the way. Some are giving us the first kind of prasadam. Some are giving us the first, like Bhagavad Gita. And then maybe we get Harinam by meeting any, great Vaishnava. And then we go on, but then really the feeling or the meaning of the Maha Mantra is it has so many varieties. Because according to what we want in our relationship, we can chant this mantra. But if we want to enter into Nikunja Mandir and serve Sri Radhika, it is a special mood. And actually, the last Guru we have is Swarup Guru. Yes, we may have Harinam Guru. We may have Diksha Guru. But the last Guru we have is Swarup Guru in a way that gives a special mood to develop our rasa, our seva rasa, in what kind of service and in what kind of feeling I want to flow while serving, how I can serve, which feelings can I develop to become, this dasi. So there are many, many, many things to consider while chanting and also while fixing the goal and fixing the feelings while chanting. And that is not only chanting Maha Mantra or Diksha Mantra. It is also when we sing in, like you were all discussing now, Sankirtana. When we are singing together, what am I meditating? What am I trying to remember where am I connecting my mind, my whole being, in what mood. So this is all very detailed. It's not only knowledge, we can hear about it, but actually I always pray to feel it. So when I sing any song, when I am in any sangha or we have any meetings, I try to remember the right one-pointed mood. Where is my goal? And sometimes I also fall back on religious feelings. I can observe that in my mind, like Gauranga Sundara mentioned so nicely. When I have some religious feelings, like I want a reward, I can observe this again and again. I want a reward, and I want that is my clouded mind. But actually, mind of servant never is asking for a reward. Mind of servant is like the service is the reward. The service in itself is that feeling that connects me to divine love. So just a little bit about going deeper into chanting on different levels with different mantras and what kind of spiritual guidance I need in my life to go into my deeper understanding that I would like to reach. Praying for this. Radhe.
So nice, Sumiti. Thank you. It is really important to have the right attitude, how we are addressing this process, and also in which attitude we are approaching Harinam. We should chant in a very humble state of mind. And as you said, we should pray for the service. And as a servant, that was very nicely explained, the reward is the service. And this is the meaning of being unconditional, giving unconditional love, having a loving relationship. Because if we do something with love, then we don't expect anything in return. Because it's a love, a loving. Like Srila Prabhupada always speaks about loving devotional service. So the devotional service with love. Love is the main ingredient here. So we have to pray for that, coming out of our ego and direct the mind towards the right place, engaging the mind in spiritual activities. So everything that we do will be our seva. We don't see the things that we are doing during the day, like our work. We have to go to work. It's not only a work anymore. It is our seva. We can transform everything that we are doing into a positive way. It depends only on our attitude that we have toward things or towards what we are doing. And then everything becomes spiritualized. As Srila Prabhupada says, everything can be engaged in the service of the Supreme or in Krishna consciousness. whatever we are doing, and then everything will be spiritualized. And so we can come out of our negativity and go into a way to approach things with a positive attitude, have a positive view on our life, on everything that we are doing, and understanding, for example, the family, the wife that is given to us, the children, the family, everything. Radharani gave us that to take care of, but actually it doesn't belong to us. It belongs to Radharani. And because it belongs to her, we have to even take more care of our family, of our beloved, of the devotees, so we can change our perspective, how we see things. So now comes a verse from the Brihad Bhagavatamrita. The Sri Krishna Nam Sankirtan is the most powerful means to attain the treasure of love of Krishna. It is like a most attractive mantra, because this mantra, it is insatiable. The more we are chanting, the more we want to chant. How someone can chant for years and years and years, repeating all the time the same thing? Because this mantra is not from this world. It's a spiritual sound vibration. And it is also non-different from the holder, from the possessor of the name. But it is even more merciful. Nam is more merciful than the named. Because as we can learn from Vilapa Kusumanjali, once Krishna wrote his name on Radha's foot, that means that that name became Radhanam. Hare means Radha. Rama is Radha Madhusudana. Radha Madhava. Radha is there, present in the name. And we are addressing that. And this is the most powerful thing to do. As Shripad is telling us here. The Lord will personally appear before anyone who chants this Nam Sankirtan with an innocent and eager heart. Wow. This one is powerful. Someone with an innocent and eager heart. This means you have to become innocent. Yes, please.
Yes, you just said what I wanted to emphasize. Actually, this innocence is the sign of lack of different anarthas. Innocence appears in the heart which is not full of duplicity and cheating, different kinds of subtle and gross cheating propensities. And Vaishnava is a simple person because he is innocent, and because of his innocences and simplicity, he can relish rasa. Vaishnava Sara Atva. So Vaishnava, Sara Atva. Vaishnava is the simple, and he can relish the essence of rasa. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying this verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this innocence is very important, because in this state of consciousness, persons who are also innocent and pure, this is innocence, purity is innocence. They can see the heart which is full of anarthas, aparadas, kutinatas, different kinds of impurities. But if the sadhaka recognize all these impurities in his heart, and he is repenting because of it, he is not proud of this, he is repenting on this, because he understood how unqualified I am, then maybe one day Kripa will fully blossom in his heart. Guru Kripa. So this innocence is the lack of this duplicity and different kinds of cheating, conscious or unconscious, which is also very difficult to overcome. And this is why, by talking about holy name, acharyas are always speaking about the way of, like Suniti explained very nicely, the way, approach of holy name, but also they are emphasizing, be careful, my dears, brothers and sisters. Many unwanted desires are deeply rooted in the heart of conditioned soul. And the more these unwanted bad habits, bad mentality is getting purifying by chanting and association with sadhus, then sadhaka is able to more be free from false ego and automatically be able to relish the sara, the essence of the holy name. And Gurudev, through his explanation of meaning of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, gave the essence for everyone. It doesn't matter if someone knows the Shastras or doesn't know, anyone can meditate how Radha and Krishna are embracing each other. How they are exchanging the love. And Baba is saying here, Tarunji also emphasized again this Nikunja Mandir, where they are embracing each other. Where? Nikunja. Mandir. This is real Prem Mandir, where all this exchange of prem, exchange of love of Yugala Kishore is constantly going. And what they are doing when they are becoming tired, they are turning to Manjaris and saying, please, why you are not coming? So this is the simple explanation of Gurudev for everyone, illiterate person, foolish person, just to see himself from his position of Manjari and meditate Mahamantra. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was giving this, I see now, I'm looking at now, when he gave instructions about dual Radha Krishna name, it means Yugala name, together. They are together. Deep secret behind this is that he was first of all chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra from the Manjari mood, especially in the Puri. And because why should Krishna will chant his name? Why should Radha will chant her name? But only Manjari is chanting the name of two lovers, both of them. So this is Gaudiya Vaishnava approach. And Gurudev gave wonderful, simple, realized meaning of Mahamantra that everyone can apply in his daily sadhana. They are embracing each other, they are together, they are exchanging the love in Nivritti Nikunja, and they are calling Manjari's maidservants because they are embodiments of their Shringar Ras. And they are not ashamed in front of them. And when we chant with this kind of consciousness, Sankirtana, all together, then the purity will start to flow. And the more devotees who are chanting are aware about this, the energy of purity will be more effective. Otherwise, we should wait for that time to come. Tarde. And Radha Vallabha, if you don't mind, in Bhagavatamrita, you read that Krishna Nama Sankirtana is the most powerful means to attain treasure of love of Krishna. It's not said for Krishna. It's said treasure of love of Krishna. Who is the treasure of Krishna's love?
Jai Sri Radhe.
Jai Shri Radha. So the Shri Krishna Nama Sankirtana is the most powerful means to attain Radharani, who is the treasure of love of Krishna.
Jai. Very nice.
And it is like Baba Sanatana is saying next, it is like a most attractive mantra. Why it's most attractive? Because this mantra is establishing the position of Srimati Radharani. This is why it's most powerful. And like you said, without bhakti, without radhika, there is no any result in any spiritual practice. This is the treasure, Krishna's treasure of love. Radhe. Jai.
Therefore, we are going very slow. Sometimes we read only very little because in each paragraph is so much there, so much deep realizations of Shripad, who want us to know the secrets of bhajan, that we have to actually study this, not only reading, we have to study and try to understand really deep. Shrinam Sankirtan will attract the most precious thing, just like a perfect mantra. And what is this perfect thing? Is the love of Sri Radhika. And it is a perfect mantra. It is said just like a perfect mantra, but actually this mantra is perfect. For this reason, the bhakti rasikas, the relishers of devotion, have defined it as the fruit of devotion. So the Rasika devotees who are relishing the devotion have defined it as the fruit of devotion. Because what is the cause for devotion? Devotion is the cause for devotion, like bhakti is the cause for bhakti. So this is not something that we can calculate with our material mindset. This is something that we have to feel, we have to relish, and that will come if we start to practice bhakti, if we start to be devoted. Then more devotion will come, more bhakti will come, and it will grow without end. That's the beauty if we are practicing spiritual life. It is never ending and is ever fresh and ever increasing. It's not like here in the material world, if we are living in our senses, at one point we have like enough. It's like, the mind is jumping here and there, always want to some new fascination. But everything is very limited because it's of a temporary nature. The material nature is temporary. But we are eternal, so we are not of a temporary state, of a temporary nature. Our nature is to be eternal. So therefore, it's natural to be in the spiritual world and have an eternal spiritual body. That is the meaning to be in our constitutional position, as Srila Prabhupada is clearly explaining this in the introduction of the Bhagavad Gita in page 4. And he says the meaning of being in the constitutional position is Svarup and Svarup Siddhi, eternal form, eternal spiritual form. That is our natural position. And this body is our artificial, or is the artificial cover of the soul. And this can only become clear if we approach a Rasik Vaishnava Guru who will lead us through this ocean of material existence. Otherwise, it is not possible to get out of here, to get out of it. So we need help. We want to. Should I continue? It is always the most faultless way to attain the treasure of prema. I read the whole thing again. For this reason, the bhakti rasikas, the relishers of devotion, have defined it as the fruit of devotion. It is always the most faultless way to attain the treasure of prema. Someone may ask here, I thought that the goal of sadhana bhakti was prema, and that Nam Sankirtan was also a kind of sadhana. How can it be called the goal then here? The answer to that is, it's true. Nam Sankirtan brings the treasure of prema, and because the appearance of prema is certain through the practice of Nam Sankirtan, it is also called the fruit or result of devotional practice. The fruit or the result of devotional practice, because this process will bring us there.
Arati starts.
Oh.
But I think we'll also find a natural end in that, what you just read. It's so beautiful. Maybe one more time you can read this last. I have to read.
I read this again. Someone may ask here, I thought that the goal of sadhana bhakti was prema, and that Nam Sankirtan was also a kind of sadhana. How can it be called the goal then here? The answer to that is, it's true. Nam Sankirtan brings the treasure of prema, and because the appearance of prema is certain through the practice of Nam Sankirtan, it is also called the fruit or result of devotional practice. And as we discussed before, done this with the right mindset, with the right meditation, and with the desired goal in the center, then it will bring the desired result. Then it is the means and the goal. The fruit or result of devotional practice. This is a very nice devotional practice. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made it very simple for us, fallen conditioned souls of this Kali Yuga. He gave a very simple process. Nam Sankirtan. Come together, chant together, serve the devotees. This is a part of sadhana bhakti.
But honestly speaking, the most powerful part of that is when you chant this Maha Mantra, when you have this, what is preferred for this age, for the Kali Yuga, the chanting of the holy names of Krishna is the identification with whom we chant. So when you sit down, and in the beginning we all chanted the Maha Mantra to get free, from all this negative stuff and all this misery, and free from, not being to think that we are soul and all these things. But right now by the Kripa of Sadhu Maharaj and Baba and all the Acharyas, we have now the possibility to chant the Maha Mantra with identification. There is nothing more powerful than to chant the mantra which is recommended for this Kali Yuga with identification. This is so much more powerful. It is powerful enough on its own when you have no identification, when you think you are soul, and when you want to become free from bodily consciousness. But what to speak when we identify with our, like Suniti said, our different body, our Siddha Swarup. So this identification alone, to get this information, who am I, what is my name, and to sit down and to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This identification, it's even more powerful to then when we sit down and only chant the Maha Mantra. So we are very lucky that we have this great association and that we can identify with Guru Given Swarup and, make our way through the journey through bhakti to come to the point that one day we will see in the mirror who we really are. That is the prayer.
Radhe, 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 Jai Ho. But I say also, it is helpful in every stage. And as we progress, then it is going deeper and deeper and deeper.
Jai Ho.
Jai Ho.